sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We talk outdoors every Saturday morning for 90 minutes, the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. This is third Saturday, which normally Frank Barton would be in the studio with me, as most everybody knows by now that we're still in quarantine. So it's me and Shelby McCall, my show producer, and Frank is on the line as he gets ready to open up this morning on Mount Moriah for Indian Motorcycle and Polaris and everything else that's going on out there. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everyone.
And I always like to have Frank because he does have the FM voice. There's no doubt about it. And I think we're going to have this Frank. I know. Wow, we've talked. It just seemed like yesterday. We talk about this all the time, and all of a sudden here we are, third Saturday, and it seemed like it was third Saturday about 4 days ago with me. But things are changing. We don't know what we're going to find out, what's going to go with COVID-19, but it's definitely affected so many different things. And then I get a text from Frank this week saying that another big event has yielded to COVID-19, an event that I know is close to Frank's heart. And even though I've never been, knowing Frank, it's become very obvious that I like to keep up with it too. But Frank, tell us what you have heard about the Master Nationals.
Well, and I'll start off my comments with the word "unfortunately."
Yes,
I seem to use that quite a bit these days.
Yep.
We, as the board of directors that puts the event on, had to make the hard decision late last week. In fact, it was a week ago today. A week ago over the weekend. We needed. We felt like we needed to go ahead and announce that we were canceling this year's event, which was up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And St. Cloud, Minnesota, is where it was scheduled to be.
Been there. Really a nice place.
Pretty.
Yeah.
It was going to be the last week of September and first week of
great time to be at
October.
St. Cloud. Yeah, great time to be in St. Cloud.
Yeah, St. Cloud.
And
just outside Minneapolis.
And that just doesn't. And that affects how many entries did you have last year?
Let's see. The entries last year.
It was a little down.
Yeah.
Because were you in South Carolina last year? Were you?
It was in South Carolina last year.
Yeah.
But we were like 1,100.
1,100. And I know.
I was expecting close to 900 this year.
Yeah.
We had adjusted the qualifications to take into account people's difficulties in getting entered and all that. But when it was all said and done, as I told people that I contacted individually to let them know what was happening, there were in the last 60 days. Nothing happened in the last 60 days that made it easier for us to have the event.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see anything happening in the next 30 days that was going to give us more clarity about how we could have the event. So we made the decision that it was in everybody's best interest to go ahead and announce the cancellation now, so that before people started putting room deposits down, and there was going to be a fair amount of expenditures of money, not only on our part but also on participants' part.
Well, sure.
And we just couldn't
pull it. I mean,
we couldn't continue on without with the risk involved. So that's what we did, and now we have to decide.
Yes.
What are we going to? This isn't a postponement. I mean, this is a cancellation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So what are you going to do in 2021? I mean,
right. That's what we're.
Yeah. Do you go back to St. Cloud and give them another?
We had a meeting just a night or two ago about that, and we discussed what the options were for that.
Yeah.
There's so many moving parts. We've got commitments from people to be judges for this year.
Yes, you have. Yeah.
And what do you do about them going for next year? They were already elected to be a judge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you got, well, what about the dogs that got qualified for this year? What are we going to do about those? So
there's a domino effect here.
It is.
Yeah. And we hadn't even talked about the poor people at St. Cloud, because this is economic.
The host committee
is.
I mean, they were great. They had done an awful lot of work.
Sure. Yeah.
They're disappointed. They're trying to decide, well, do they want to roll it all and just postpone the event and do it next year up there? But then they've got other commitments that are already in place for other events going forward. And so we just don't know.
Just don't know. And do you do this
but
thing?
We know enough to know that we're not going to be there.
You're not going to be there
this year.
And do you do this 1 year? Had you already decided where you'd be next year, or is that
next year? Next year we had planned on
because you rotate this
in Idaho.
Yeah, you rotate this. I know.
Right.
So this is part of it, and so. And this is a big thing, folks. I mean, you got to realize that Frank, he's the dog man. I mean, you're the secretary? Your title is?
I'm the event secretary.
So Frank records all the dogs that are entered in the Master Nationals Retrievers, and he puts them all together. And so this is not one of those events that you can just say, we'll do it next year at Oaklawn Park or something like, the racing. This is a major event. It's been going on for how long, Frank? I mean,
we've been doing this event for over 25 years now.
And this has never happened. I mean, you've never had to.
No.
Yeah.
No,
so it's like everything else, folks. I mean, this is the domino effect, and you think, well, it affects Frank because he takes 3 weeks, I know, out of his schedule from his businesses, which he has many and has obligations to, and all these other judges. And the Poodle won't be there, Jack Combs and all these guys. But I wanted to touch base with Frank quick, let people know that, and we'll have some more. We'll probably talk to Frank. We will be every third Saturday, but this is one of those things, folks. We're in a ever-changing world, and we talk about college football, we talk about college basketball, the NBA, and things like this. This is the Super Bowl for Master National Retrievers. Is the Super Bowl for all these dogs, and Frank's had as many as 1,200 or something before. I mean, you've had.
It'll. We're going to have. I was expecting about 900 dogs to be entered for this year.
Yeah.
It was all said and done.
Because it's in the middle of it's in the middle, but it is up north. But at the same time, St. Cloud, I'm assuming, was really fired up about this.
It's that particular area is a there are a lot of retrievers and a lot of people that train up there, especially this time of the year. They're all up there. This is where they summer.
That's right.
Because because of the cooler conditions, and they can do more training up there. From in the dog community, it was pretty centrally located for a great number of people.
Yeah. Well, you think 900 dogs, and he's had it over 1,000 before. Still 900 dogs to take care of. Again, talking to Frank Barton, our good friend that is a co-host on this show every third Saturday, where he is at Indian Motorcycle, and that address is, Frank, what's that address again?
5715 Mount Moriah.
And you will open at 8 this morning, right?
That is correct.
8, and today's you're open from 8 to when?
Today will be open from 8 until 3.
8 until 3 o'clock, and there's always something going on over there. If you're not, you can go to one of his other places in Jonesboro, Forest City. You got Kubota Tractors, and what do you got? Not in Marion. That's
correct.
He's got these different facilities, but boy, I know retrievers are on Frank's heart. And before we take our break and then come back, how's Hope doing? Is there hope for Hope?
Hope is a handful.
Hope is a handful. Okay, how old is Hope now?
Hope is 7.5 months.
7.5 months. So there is hope for Hope, though, right? Okay.
That's it.
All right.
I like her.
I knew you would. So anyway, let's take a break. Come right back. Frank Barton is on location. Shelby McCall is in the studio with me as we talk outdoors on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.